May 11, 1998. Deep beneath the Thar Desert, the ground trembled. Not from an earthquake, but from 5 underground nuclear explosions that shattered decades of secrecy. India had just announced itself as a nuclear power. 16 days later, Pakistan detonated 6 nuclear devices of its own. The world held its breath. 2 nations, 7 wars and conflicts. And now, enough firepower to kill 125 million people in the first week alone. This is the real story behind the most dangerous nuclear rivalry on Earth. To understand how we got here, we have to go back to 1947, when the British Empire carved India into 2 nations along religious lines. India, Hindu majority; Pakistan, Muslim majority. The partition was chaos. 1 million dead, 15 million displaced, and a festering wound that would never heal. Kashmir. Pause. Kashmir, a Muslim majority region claimed by both nations, became the flashpoint. In 1947, they fought their first war over it, then again in 1965 and in 1971, when India helped East Pakistan break away to become Bangladesh, humiliating Pakistan and dividing it in 2. But the nuclear story begins with a single moment of shame. In 1962, India lost a border war to China badly. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's government realized something terrifying. Conventional armies weren't enough. China was developing nuclear weapons, and India needed them too. In 1964, China tested its first atomic bomb. India's response was swift. Scientists led by Homi Bhabha launched a secret program under the cover of peaceful nuclear research. The world bought it. The United States and Canada even helped India build nuclear reactors, never suspecting they'd be used for weapons-grade plutonium. On May 18, 1974, India detonated its first nuclear device in the Rajasthan desert. Codename, Smiling Buddha. India called it a peaceful nuclear explosion. The world wasn't smiling. Canada cut off nuclear cooperation. The US imposed sanctions. But the genie was out of the bottle. For Pakistan, India's nuclear test was an existential threat. They'd already lost 3 wars. Now their rival had the bomb. Pakistan's Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto had once said, "If India builds the bomb, we will eat grass. But we will get one of our own." Enter Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, a metallurgist who had worked in the Netherlands and stolen centrifuge designs from a European nuclear facility. He returned to Pakistan with blueprints for enriching uranium. Pakistan's program went underground, hidden in the mountains, funded by Saudi Arabia, and assisted covertly by China, who saw Pakistan as a counterweight to India. By the mid-1980s, both nations had the capability, but neither had tested publicly. The world pressured them to sign the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Both refused. The arms race was locked in a silent, deadly stalemate. Then came 1998. India's new nationalist government, led by the BJP, wanted to prove India's strength. On May 11th, they detonated 5 nuclear devices in a single day. The message was clear. India was a nuclear power, whether the world liked it or not. Pakistan had no choice. To maintain deterrence, to survive, they had to respond. On May 28th and 30th, Pakistan conducted 6 nuclear tests in the Chagai Hills. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif declared, "Today, we have settled a score." The international community panicked. The US imposed harsh sanctions on both countries, but it was too late. South Asia was now a nuclear flashpoint. Since 1998, India and Pakistan have come terrifyingly close to nuclear war. Twice. In 1999, just a year after the tests, the 2 nations fought the Kargil War in the mountains of Kashmir. Pakistan-backed fighters infiltrated Indian territory. India retaliated with airstrikes. Both sides mobilized their militaries. And for the first time in history, 2 nuclear-armed nations were shooting at each other. Then, in 2001, after a terrorist attack on India's parliament, India massed troops on the Pakistani border for 10 months. Intelligence agencies warned that nuclear war was a real possibility. The world intervened. Tensions cooled, barely. Today, India has an estimated 172 nuclear warheads. Pakistan has around 170. Both maintain a credible minimum deterrent, meaning enough weapons to ensure mutual destruction. India has a no first-use policy. Pakistan does not. And with ongoing terrorism, border skirmishes, and the unresolved Kashmir conflict, the danger has never truly gone away. The story of India and Pakistan's nuclear weapons isn't just about science or strategy. It's about fear, pride, survival. Two nations born from the same blood, speaking similar languages, sharing thousands of years of history, now armed with the power to annihilate each other in minutes. Experts estimate that a full-scale nuclear exchange between India and Pakistan would kill 50 to 125 million people immediately. The resulting firestorms would inject so much soot into the atmosphere that global temperatures would drop, triggering famines that could kill up to 2 billion people worldwide. And yet, the weapons remain, the rivalry endures, and the world watches, hoping that deterrence holds, that cooler heads prevail, and that the most dangerous border on Earth never becomes the spark that ends us all. Because in the shadow of the bomb, there are no winners, only survivors.